Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back to another week's recording of my trades. This will be for week 16, April 15th to April 19th. And just as before, these trades are on my live account, trading MNQ Futures. We'll look at the trades for each day, and then at the end of the video, we'll recap the stats and trades for the whole week. April 15th, Monday. What a day this was. After starting my session and waiting for about an hour, my first entry signal presented itself. Except that I missed it. I should have gone short at the first blue circle, but price was pulling back a bit when I noticed that I should have entered. I then hesitated because I saw price was at the low of the previous valley, so I figured price was going to reverse anyway. If I entered late, my trade would have hit 30 points of profit, but it would have been really close to my stop loss, so there probably was a good chance that the price would have hit my stop loss depending on when I entered exactly. Then I got my second entry signal to go short at the second blue circle, but I missed that one as well, so I started wondering if I should enter late. I felt like I was getting FOMO and price was going to reverse on me again, but I didn't want to be late on my entry. After struggling mentally on what to do, I decided to just end the session early. Looking back, entering the second trade would have hit my 30-point take profit, but it wasn't part of my plan to do that. I think I made a good decision to end early. The other entry signals after I quit would have been losses. I really need to make sure I'm paying attention and enter on time. Back-tested results for this day probably would have been 1 win and 1 loss for a net of 20 points. April 16th, Tuesday. About an hour after starting my session, my first entry signal presented itself. I went short right on time, and price did go my way for a little bit, but it eventually reversed on me and hit my stop loss for 10 points. For the rest of the session that I was on, an entry signal did not present itself. I didn't trade as long on this day because I had some other things I needed to do for the day, so I had to end trading early. If I was able to stay on for my usual session length, there would have been an entry signal later in the day that would have been a win for 30 points. April 17th, Wednesday. It was a kind of frustrating day trading on Wednesday. I started my session, but then I left to go to the bathroom. Well, wouldn't you know it, an entry signal appeared shortly after I left. Where I should have entered is where the pink circle is. Entering short on this signal would have been a clean 30 points, and I would have been done for the day. Well, I got back to my desk and I saw the entry signal that I missed. I think I felt so frustrated because I saw that it was the perfect trade so early in the session. I could have been done, but now I have to sit here, feel some FOMO, and watch for the next entry. Then, to make matters worse, when an entry signal showed up, I missed it initially and then entered kind of late. This just added to the feeling of frustration and annoyance that I had. I went long, but it didn't matter if I had entered on time. It looks like I would have missed my take profit by 2 ticks or so. My stop loss would have been hit anyway. So after my first trade closed, now I'm even more annoyed for missing my first entry that would have been a winner, and now I have a loser for the day. About an hour and a half into my session, I caught the third entry signal. I went short on time and let the trade play out. I got a little nervous it was going to reverse on me because it seemed to get in a little range. Price finally made new lows on the day and hit my take profit for 30 points. So I ended 20 points in the money. I made a mental note to go to the bathroom before starting my session for the day. April 18th, Thursday. My first trade of the day came 30 minutes into my session. I entered short on time when my entry signal said to enter, but it wasn't meant to be. Price reversed on me and hit my stop loss. If the stop loss had a little more room, it looks like it would have been a winning trade. Slightly painful to see, but I got over it. An hour after my first trade, another entry signal showed up. I missed it though, so I didn't enter, and I waited for another signal. 15 minutes after that, I saw another entry signal to go short. I entered and price hit my take profit for 30 points. I suppose I really lucked out on missing the second entry signal earlier. That one turned out that it would have been a loss. When I lose twice, I'm done for the day as part of my plan, so I would have missed the third entry signal, which was my 30-point winner. April 19th, Friday. My first trade of the day was a loss. About an hour after starting my session, my first entry signal showed up. I entered short on time, but price reversed on me and hit my stop loss for a loss of 10 points. About 10 minutes after that, a second entry signal signaled to go short again. I was away from my desk and I had got back right after the entry signal said I should have entered. Price was already reversing, so I entered as quick as I could. I got a bit lucky with this trade because my late trade was at a good price. If I entered on time, I would have been stopped out. But with my late entry, price got within 2 or 3 ticks of the stop loss and then turned around in my direction. 10 minutes after entering, price hit my take profit for 30 points. I'll always take a little bit of luck for my trades. Let's take a look at the end of the week stats for week 16, April 15th to the 19th. I had 7 trades in total, 3 winning trades and 4 losing trades. The average winning trade was $60 or 30 points. The average losing trade was $20.12 or about 10 points. This puts me at a net total of $88.72 at the end of the week. I'm pretty happy about this, though I should know that if I had made trades like normal on Monday, I'd be around probably $110. Remember on Monday that I missed some entry signals and then I hesitated, then I started feeling FOMO, so I didn't allow myself to make any more trades on Monday. Well, I didn't make any trades on Monday. Still, I'm pretty happy to have made the money. I'm still in the ranks of the 1%. Probably one more week of performance like this, then I'll take the profits from my live account and use them for my Topstep Combine. I'll follow my plan as usual, but with NQ instead of MNQ. If I don't have any outlier weeks, the statistics say I should pass the Combine in about 2 weeks. Finally, here are the details for the trades I took for the week. As always, feel free to pause and peruse the trades. I'll talk to you next week.